Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Oregon Ducks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, there is so much anticipation as Oregon meets Indiana. You remember the beatdown from last season. That was one of the most iconic plays of the college football playoff, the pick six early in the game to really set the tone. But Oregon, Dante Moore has redemption on his mind. He knows that he is a better version of himself this season, and he can't wait to prove it against Indiana today. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Hoosiers ready to kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out.
Return is tackled down at the 30.
in Eugene. Anticipation for this one has been building through the early part of the season, and now here we are with a top 5 showdown. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Oregon Ducks. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Checking in before the game with the Hoosiers head coach. This is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go. But he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Ducks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Hits the hole. It's Beebe. Swamped immediately.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. Slings it downfield. Out wide right, it's Beebe. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Hoosiers right after the huge play through the air back to the line. From the gun, it's Beebe. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. The Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. That becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. From the gun, running back on the move.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body.
He'll take the deep shot. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
You reach this portion of the season, and games like this, top 5 showdown, can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, middle of the season, you kind of get in a lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wore off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. And if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
When you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out, the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell, had the running back taken care of too, nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Dante Moore unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even wait. There's zero hesitation. Force the defense on the very first play of the drive to have to step up. And the defense did exactly that. If you're on offense here, I don't know. I'd just throw it again.
Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. They'll go play action with Moore. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion. Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown, and they forced their opponent to take a field goal. Nice job.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And the Hoosiers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Hits inside. It's Beebe. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like the ability.
Makes the catch, and he's free. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. Drops back. It's Hoover. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Hoosiers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. He's past the sticks. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. An explosive way to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Caught behind the line. Davison. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position, they located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Gets the back moving. Moore. Finds his man. It's Stewart. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window, and he did that right there.
From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
And sometimes as a quarterback, man, you're sitting on that sideline and you watch the other guy go out and just deal, right? And put together a drive, score a touchdown, and you want to come out and you want to answer and you want to be aggressive. And sometimes you take shots, sometimes you force things. So I would recommend to him, just stay within the offense, take what the defense gives you, don't be too aggressive.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll move the wide receiver. Moore from the gun on third down. Throws for the tight end. That's caught. It's Johnson. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Well, on a lot of third downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that third down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Got a man, it's shot. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. And the Hoosiers in the hurry up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Left side, it's Richard. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Now on second down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Sends it back in motion. Second down, gonna throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Makes a connection. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And obviously, huge shoes to fill if you're Indiana's offense this season, having to replace a Heisman Trophy winner in Fernando Mendoza, David. And it's not going to be easy. And obviously, you go to the portal and you try to bring the next guy in. But honestly, when you look at Indiana's quarterback play, it goes even beyond Fernando Mendoza to Curtis Rourke the year before that. They have been so consistent at this position as of late.
Yeah, and I think with Indiana proving who they are now as a program, like, if you come here as a quarterback, you're going to have success.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And they lose the ball out of bounds. Big loss of yardage on that one, but at least they've got another shot. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The official says no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
He's got it right down the field. Turns it on down the left side. And he scores! Touchdown, Ducks!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. DB's right up on the receivers. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Out wide left, it's Marsh. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And guys, I'm kind of shocked. That's the first time we've called his name. And it's one thing for it to be his first catch going into the half, but that's the first target. This offense is an offense that needs him to be explosive, to make big plays. And in order to make that happen, they've got to target him and find ways to get him the football.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Beebe. And he knocked him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. They think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Lets it fly. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Looking for more room. the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Ducks! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Field. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Extending the play. The throw. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
The play fake. Under pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the...
Wide open, he makes the catch. There he goes to the right. 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Looking to throw. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking for running room. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Quarterback changing the play. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing more. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage, and you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistently.
The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him.
He's looking deep. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. Moore to the air. They get to him as he throws. Got it in the middle, it's Stewart. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Here's Moore to throw. It's complete. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun on third down, Ncaa Moore.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with the receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Fourth down, Moore. Going for 6. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Straight ahead, it's Beebe. They make the stop, and he's got enough for the first down. And now this offense might have a chance to do something. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Throws it back. They're all over him. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start with Arizona taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And it's Arizona trying to close out what would be one of the toughest wins of the season. And that's a big statement considering this team is already 6-1. Let's see if they have what it takes. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Ncaa Moore lobs it off the back foot. He's got it on the outside. Off and running. Inside the touchdown, Oregon. He got it loose, and it was lights out after that.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David, when the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage?
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense has it. They're on the move.
Hey, sometimes you got to make the most of a bad situation, and the offense did. Fumbling the football, they scoop it up, man. Sometimes they can run it back, get points. Nice job hustling to the football and making the tackle.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Buying time to his right. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
And I'm not going to say this one's over, man, but once you start to get in the third quarter and you've built this big of a deficit, every possession means so much, and you can't give them away, and they do. And they give it away with the fumble, and now they're going to really need this defense to bail them out, to make some plays, to force a turnover, maybe even score because they've built a good deficit.
They'll run him again. Nowhere to go.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Lets it fly. And he made the grab with enough for the first down, but not enough room on the sidelines to stay in bounds. It's fourth down. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals. 5 points of pressure. And
headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! He carried it into the end zone for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. The Hoosiers headed quickly to the line. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Still looking to his right. On the move, he fires. And wings it incomplete.
My old coach always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. He got flushed outside the pocket. Listen, it's okay. You can throw an incompletion. Don't create a turnover. Don't try to force it. At least the quarterback took care of the football.
Makes the catch. It's shot. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that.
Going for it all. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the third time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And this offense just can't get out of their own way. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers. Jesse, you have to take better care of the football. They're turning this thing over like they're a nonprofit.
Yeah, this thing goes back to football 101 now. 5 points of pressure. Everybody who touches the football. Forget about X's and O's in schemes and personnel groupings. You just have to do the fundamental things correctly, and it is killing them in this game.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to ride this running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Moore, play action. Rolls right. Takes a hit as he fires. Gets rid of it.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
In the gun on 3rd down. Moore throws to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Making his first move. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for space. It's Beebe. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride him again. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Hoosiers want to pick up the tempo.
Well, after allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that 3rd down here on the 3rd play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB. Good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
To the air, it's Hoover. Holds on, it's Barker. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. Bush is ahead. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Needs it here on 4th down. At the 45 on his way. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Man, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job.
He's got it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. Dragged down.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Running inside. It's Price. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Escapes the pressure to his right. A shot toward the end zone.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Got to make the play on fourth. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Moore with the play fake. Looking left. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Left side is Preston. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. The Hoosiers want to move quickly.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Wilson to pass. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And, man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
Selling the fake. Look out! Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Snapped on fourth down. Trying to beat the D deep. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now you get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
Got him right there. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Guys?
Thanks, Howie. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Finds a crease. It's Beebe. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Wilson will throw. He's taking a deep shot. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel...
Snags it, and he's open. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. The give to the lone running back. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Powers inside. And that is how we will wrap this one up. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true, so I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. You can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national championship. The key is the leadership in the locker room. They've got to turn the page. They've got to get everybody